Hi everyone. So today we'll discuss about the session automatic payment program. So what is automatic payment program and what are the modes of payments required while you are doing automatic payment program in SAP? So these things we are going to discuss. See, if you take any client, the most important thing is the payments to the vendors. If the payments are getting failed to the vendors will charge interest on the client. So this topic will play very key role in your project and it helps you to enhance your skills. Okay. So we have our training institute also. It is called as Nishta Software Solutions. So which we are running in S.R.Nagar. We will provide both offline and online training and project training. So you can contact us if you need any additional information, any advanced training on SAP. Okay. So let's go to the topic. So see here. So what is automatic payment program? Why I need to use this automatic payment program? See, usually first I will explain in ECC. Later we'll go to S4HANA. So nowadays the most of the projects are running in S4HANA. So first you need to know how the process will be in ECC. So the configuration is same in the ECC and S4HANA, but the difference is there is a change in the Fury apps. Means here in ECC we are using easy access screen to post the transactions to make payment to the vendor. But the same screens which you are using here are available as Fury apps in S4HANA. The more you understand ECC, the better you can understand S4HANA and it will be very easy for you to process further. Okay, let's start. Why I need to go with APP? So why I need to use automatic payment program? See, if you see here, so when we are working, when I post any invoice, for example, I'll go to accounts payable and here account. So we have one transaction code in SAP which is called as FBL1N, which is used to display all the vendor open line items. Means it will show you a report which will tell you what are the payments you need to do for the vendor and what are the payments you had done for the vendor. So for example, I'll run this report. Okay. And my company code is N702 and I will take one particular vendor which I had already created in SAP. So the vendor is 1403 for example. Or if you want to take any separate vendor, I'll just show you what. So give your company code N702, click on search. So let us take with this vendor. Okay. So in the screen, as I said you before, we have three options. One is open items, clear items and all items. Open items will just show you the amounts which you need to pay to the vendor, and clear items will show you the amounts which you had paid to the vendors. All items will show you both paid items and unpaid amounts. Okay. So once you execute this screen, you can see the amounts, right? These are all the amounts which you need to pay to the vendor. Okay. So now while you're learning, you may practice with one vendor, but while you're working in project, the user has to pay to the multiple vendors. They need to pay multiple vendors and multiple invoices at a time. So in SAP, for posting vendor invoice in ECC, we have a transaction code called as F-43, right? So where you will post the invoices. So you'll go to this document in F-43, you will post the invoices. What are the invoices which you are posting? It will show you as an open item. So for example, I am posting an invoice in F-43. So that invoice, what will happen is that invoice you can see as an open item in FBL1N. So until you make payment in FBL1N, the system will show you like this. It will show you as an open item. It will show you in red. But when you do the payment, then the system will show you as green. Okay. So here if you see one more point what I need to explain you is, if you see here we have a document type KR. KR is nothing but vendor invoice, means it is posted in FI. See, in SAP, the vendor invoices can be posted in two ways. Two processes are there. One thing is you can post vendor invoice through transaction code F-43. So if you post through F-43, then it is saved with document type KR, and in vendor line item you can see this with KR. And another way of processing vendor invoice is through P2P cycle, means procure to pay. So we'll create a purchase order, we'll create a goods receipt, we'll create a invoice receipt. So what I'll do is I'll go to ME21N. So here I'll create a purchase order, and then I will go to MIGO. We'll go to MIGO. So in this screen I'll create a goods receipt. After creating goods receipt, then I'll do a Miro. I'll do a Miro. So when you do a Miro, the system will create a invoice receipt. So if you are getting any invoices related to particular vendor, so that invoice, if it is coming from FI to MM integration, then it will be saved with different document type RE. So for this vendor we are having all the invoices with KR. It means that these all documents are posted in the transaction code F-43, and these invoices are from FI. If you are seeing any invoice with RE, it indicates that that invoice is related to FI to MM process. Means that invoice got generated through purchase order, through goods receipt and invoice receipt. So this is the one of the key difference which helps you to identify the invoice whether it is from FI or whether it is from MM. Okay, let's go into the topic. Now what I mean to say is why we are using APP. See here, as I said you before, we are using F-43 for posting of vendor invoice. And if you want to do payment to vendor, so we have one more transaction code in SAP called as F-53. So when you go to this F-53, so when I try to make payment for the vendor, I want to do payment for multiple vendors at a time and multiple invoices at a time. If you take this F-53, it will allow you only one vendor to be selected. See, I can give only one vendor. I am having 10 vendors. I want to do payment to 10 vendors at a time. But it is not possible through F-53. So due to this drawback, SAP has come up with one concept called as automatic payment program. So in this automatic payment program, we can make payment to more than one vendor and for more than one invoice and more than one company code at a time. Okay.